Hey guys, it's Jason the X for SCNS Live, and I'm talking to my buddy Starman Morrison. What's up, bud?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I can't complain. Now you've got this convention that you do. You are pretty much the guy that runs the whole thing, called BAM
Most
Fest.
of it.
Most of it, you have a lot of help, I'm sure, but I'm sure you have all that con stress from putting everything together. But it's going down this September 17th. This Saturday, 2 weeks from now, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. What can people expect coming out to BAM Fest this year?
Well, it's going to be our biggest event ever. What differentiates this from previous BAM Fests is, and what makes this interesting as far as conventions go, is that this is a city-run convention. It's halfway between a Comic-Con, halfway between a city festival. It's organized by the city of Burleson. In previous years, we've run it out of the Burleson Public Library, and running a convention while a library is operating on a Saturday is kind of a weird thing in and of itself, because you've got all of the people who are there expecting nice quiet, I'm gonna get my books, and then you have these maniacs in cosplay running around crowding around the whole place.
So this is biggest one you've had so far. This is your second year doing it.
Third year.
Oh, third year. I'm sorry, third year. So you've got two under your belt so far. How did the first year compare to the second year?
Well, it's been getting steadily bigger ever since then. Actually, this is my fifth year running a little convention at the library. The first 2 years, we did it in conjunction with the ACON organization. They were trying to branch out and do mini cons at different little libraries around the DFW area. They'd had big success doing it with Mini ACON, which is a regular event that they've done in conjunction with the Denton Public Library for a couple of years. They want to try it out, and I'd been trying to organize mini conventions that the library has been working at since the mid 2000s, before it became a thing. So I knew some people. They approached me. I said, yeah, we'd like to do this, and they decided that they wanted to make it into more of a rotating event, like do a different library every year. But we had so much fun with the first two, what we called micro ACONs that were held in Burleson, that we decided to keep it going, and that's how we started the Burleson Arts and This year, what's going to make it bigger this year is that this year we are not holding it in the library. This year we have been given the entire Burleson Senior Citizen Center for one Saturday.
Oh boy.
So it's a bigger space. We are going to have 2 rooms for panels versus the usual one. So that's going to be a pretty big deal. We're going to have 1 room set aside for board game, card game demonstrations. Collected of Burleson. Collected, they're a wonderful local chain who have been helping us out since the very beginning. They'll be running the game room, and they'll have a booth out there as well. And the other big change, as I said, we have 2 panel rooms this year instead of 1, because our library only had 1 room that we were able to use for panel discussions before. So we're going to have a much bigger programming block this time. We've always had panel discussions for artists, artists, voice actors, cosplayers. This year we've added in a block. We're going to have 1 panel for writers, a brand new panel for podcasters, Shonuff Studios, so they host Sketch Dojo events at different comic book stores and conventions around the area. They'll be doing a Sketch Dojo drawing class for us.
Oh, those guys ain't anything special. I'm kidding. I love Terry and Halo.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, yeah, I hope you're not joking too much about how low budget this is, because...
No, I'm talking about Terry. No, I was directly cutting down Terry and Halo from Shonuff Studio. I love those guys. I'm just kidding.
Right, because... yeah, little proud announcement here. SCNS Live is going to be one of the guests for our podcaster panel.
Oh, sweet. I know those guys. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. We're also going to have Rick Gutierrez, who he hosts United States of Geekdom and Rediscovering the Magic, a little Disney podcast. We're going to have Valerie from Cospod, which is my favorite podcast devoted toward cosplaying.
I love those
And we're
guys.
also going to have a lady you may have heard of, Taffeta Darling, runs Fangirls of Dallas.
Now, see, this con is turning more into just a bunch of people that I know that I enjoy hanging out with now. So,
and that's kind of the thing I like about it, is that I'm slowly trying to make it into 10 years, 15 years. Maybe we'll have something I I don't want to say San Diego Comic-Con worthy. Burleson doesn't have a convention center yet, but we started off with half a library. Now we've got a whole senior citizen center. So unless I get murdered by a murderous gang of senior citizens who are upset I took away their bridge club venue for a weekend,
They are quite wily.
if my body is found with a series of blunt marks upon it, don't go looking for a gang of people with pipes. Look for the people with the walkers and canes.
Yeah, those little 4-foot canes with the tennis balls on them. I'll look for those. So okay, so you've got a bigger venue. What kind of vendors are we going to see this year as well?
We have a wide variety of artists. Name a couple. Show Enough Studios is going to have one, obviously. We're going to have Ella in a Box. She recently published her first book, which I don't know if we have any of UT Arlington folks listening to this, but she put together a book of cartoons based on weird things Alan Sachs has said. If you don't know Alan Sachs, he's a bit of a local character, great humanitarian, great philanthropist. He's a poli-sci teacher at UT Arlington. He's famous for being rather outspoken, would be the nice, polite way to put it.
And we always want to remain polite here, so we'll just leave it at that. So we've got panels, we've got artists, which everybody loves that. Of course, we're going to have cosplayers. I see a lot of people I know are going to be attending this thing on the 17th.
We're in fact going to have two different cosplay contests. We're going to have one for children, which is being organized by Heroic Inner Kids, wonderful local charity that do a lot of different costume events and provide costume characters for different charity events.
Yes,
they're going to be, they're organizing. They're going to have some special prize packs for the top 3 kids. And the adult contest, I'm overseeing that one. We've gotten some cash prizes donated by TNT Cosplay, wonderful local business. They'll also have a booth at the event. So we're going to have cash prizes for the top 3 places there, as well as Arta Wigs, the best cosplay wig company out there for my money. They donated gift certificates for the top 3 contestants in both the adult and the children's contest. And we're also going to be having a prize drawing. Everybody who walks through the door gets 1 ticket. You stick around for the whole day. At the end of the day, I'm going to do a little prize raffle, and it's not going to be I draw your number, you get what I say. You get to basically do the whole showcase, showdown, Price is Right, pick what you want off the prize table thing. And we've gotten some great prizes donated for that. Funimation has donated some anime, some different little items. If you're a One Piece fan, you'll definitely want to come out for this. I'll just leave that as a little spoiler for what we've got. Slugfest Games, another little game company, Looney Labs, the guys who make Flux and a bunch of other great card games. They've donated a couple of things for us to donate. And I'm going to have a couple items out of my personal collection. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you'll want to be there for it. I'll leave it at that.
Wow, okay. So you've got prizes. You've got everything that people would want when they come to a con. I guarantee it's going to have that. Well, it's a little bit bigger this year, but it's going to have that feel of those cons that they're not like totally huge and we never see anybody, but we're having a great time with each other. I think that's the environment you're looking to create, right?
Exactly right. The whole concept of this was that, well, it started off with, Micro ACOM, like I said. The whole concept was originally trying to take some of the attractions of a big-scale Comic-Con, scale it down a little bit, and put it in a space where it's more accessible to people who might not normally get out to a big convention, because Burleson is about 40, 50 miles from downtown Dallas as the crow flies. So, a couple of teenagers, they might be able to put together a road trip, have the, we're going to drive out there for one day, go to A-Con or Dallas Comic-Con or whatever, the big, first rush at the start of summer after school's out. But, a lot of the families can't really get out there, so this lets us bring, the artists and some of the voice actors. And, I should mention the voice actors.
Yes, you should. I was getting to that.
We've got 2 great voice actors booked this year. We've got Kristen Mcgwire, who she's also a great artist who has come out to our convention many years before, but she's just doing voice acting this time around. And I forget exactly what her, what major role she's done. It's up on our website, which our website, if you want to check it out, just plug this right now. It's www.burlesontx.com/ facebook.com/BAMFest, BAMFEST.
And to answer your question, she was Chio in Prison School. She was in Assassination Classroom as well. She's been in a lot, though.
She's done a lot, and I know she's done minor voices in Fairy Tale and a bunch of others. I couldn't remember. I think she was one of the main girls in Haganai too, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, okay. And then our other voice actor, and I'm rather proud of this one, Clifford Chapman. I think it's Chapman or Chopin. I think it's Chapman.
It's Chapman.
Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. But he is a director and a voice actor with Funimation. He has done a lot of roles as well. He's the voice of the player character in the Dragon Ball Z video game. Does a lot of video game work too. Apparently he was something in Bloodborne as well. But he's also one of the characters on Attack on Titan. So I think that's the one most of the audience will be familiar with.
And also Tokyo Ghoul, but that might not be for everybody.
Yeah, well, funny thing about that is that, and another reason why this is bigger is that in previous year, Funimation have been great about donating prize support to us every year, and every year they've said, hey, and if you want to do a screening, that'd be wonderful. We know you do an anime club at your library, and you always show, our movies, and that's great and wonderful. And said, well, I'd like to, but we only have one room we can get a projector into, and that's being used for the panels. Well, this year we are going to have an anime screening, and the biggest challenge I've had has been finding, Funimation is extraordinarily generous to their anime clubs. It used to be that they mailed out physical discs to the clubs, but that's become a little cost prohibitive. And, what do you do after you have the first disc of one season set? Not much you can do with that after that. So what they started doing is they've started getting blanket permission to stream anything off a certain list off of their website, which is great because, hey, I'm a library, I got Wi-Fi. It turns out the Senior Citizen Center feel the need to have Wi-Fi installed. So I'm kind of limited by what I have the physical disc of. Now, luckily, my library has a very good anime collection because, go figure, there's a guy who's kind of an expert and kind of has a vested interest in making sure we have that. But I'm having to go through the list of what we have permission to show, what we have a physical copy of, and what will not get me hit by a lynch mob of angry parents if their kids wander in on it.
Like Tokyo Ghoul.
like Tokyo Ghoul, which I saw that and listened and said, oh, that's great, but not so much. And then Trigun, not so much, a little violent. Girls Bravo, no.
Probably not. So, okay. So
I have put together, I'll probably be posting a list once I get figured out, but I've got a couple of good, safe options. We're going to do, I'm going to try and do one shoujo series, one shonen series. So something more boy-centric, something more girl-centric, and something that's a little bit more all-interest. Everybody will like it.
So September 17th, what time are we starting here?
It will be starting at 10 in the morning is when we open the doors. It'll be launching immediately with the anime screening then, and the writers panel will be at that point. Another little odd point that we do, which this is just something that I did just because I thought this was kind of a neat little touch that separates us from the bigger conventions. We do our cosplay contest before lunch.
Oh, wow.
So our cosplay contests will be at 11. And we're going to do the kids first and then take do the adults second. Just, run through. We're getting them signed up, early and then run through it then and the lunch break, middle of the day before we go to all the panels in the afternoon. And the whole reason I did that was because as a cosplayer myself, I've noticed that a lot of the time, you get there, it's early, and then you spend all day walking around, you get sweaty, you get tired, and then suddenly they do the cosplay contest 6, 7 in the evening, and you're exhausted, you're not ready to give your A game. I thought, you know what, let's get the pressure out of the way first, so then everybody has the whole rest of the day to, relax, unwind, enjoy the show, what have you. Well, and it's worked out pretty well so far doing that.
That actually makes a lot of sense now that you say it like that. So
the only downside to it is that now you have to get up at 6 in the morning to get all of your stuff ready.
Well,
but most of the cosplayers I know tend to do that anyway, and then they're like, stressed, must get in line and wait for the show.
So okay, the address: Burleson Senior Activity Center, 216 Southwest Johnson Avenue, Burleson, Texas 76028. Of course, that is in text on the screen. Now, the most important thing, because I'm pretty sure you're just milking us for all of our dollars, how much is it to get in the door?
Shockingly, this event is 100% free.
Holy. So there's really no reason not to come.
Unless you live on the far end of the Metroplex and going to Burleson is like, it's going to cost me $60 in gas just to get out there.
It won't be $60.
You know, I have heard complaints from, I did try and book one cosplayer who's like, well, I live in Prosper, so that's a little far. And it's like, I'll pay your gas money out here. So.
Oh, there you go.
I won't reveal who it was. She wound up having a
no.
conflict anyway. But, you know.
So the event is free of charge. It's in Burleson, Texas. You got the cosplay contest. You got guests. You've got panels. You've got stuff
right
to buy.
off the freeway.
This thing sounds pretty cool, man.
Well, I've managed to run this successfully for a couple of years. I'm hoping I can keep it going for a few more.
All right. Well, man, thanks for interviewing with me. I'll make sure we play this on the show, and we're definitely coming out to see you that day.
We're looking forward to it.
All right, guys, this has been Starman Morrison, BAMFest. Check out all the details and go check them out. We'll catch you later.